Did you well, how much time we got left? Do you want to cover? You want to talk about your topic there, the black women protection thing?
Okay.
We
We don't have much time, but
got
we
like
can start it.
7 minutes left.
All right. So I don't know how many people have been watching the socials, but on a day this week, I came across a young woman who was crying on Instagram. She was in a hospital room, and you could see that her face was swollen. Like, oh my God, what happened? Did she get hit? Did she fall? What happened? And she's crying, and she's saying that there was a guy in the neighborhood who tried to holler at her, and she declined his advance on the street, and he picked up a brick and he hit her in the face. And she also went on to comment and say that there were tons of black men around her, around the situation, saw the situation, and didn't do anything. And that the guy who hit her got in a car and drove off, and nothing was done to protect her. Mm-hmm. And per usual social media BS, it became more that she was the villain than she was actually the victim by 24 hours after she had posted the video.
Yeah.
There was people who were saying things about who she really was, people delving into her old social media posts. There's even a gentleman who said he was there, and this is why he didn't do anything.
Do you know what he said?
He said because she's a troublemaker, and that she has a history of trouble in the neighborhood, and that she walks around slapping white people in the neighborhood, and so nobody wanted to help her.
Yeah, there's video. I saw the video of her doing that shit or whatever.
And then there's some other commentary that said that she wasn't African American because she was Sudanese.
Oh, okay.
And that she's not one of us, so we ain't have to protect her. So, of course.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
That's just social media foolishness. So, of course, this brings up the conversation of protecting black women. Mm-hmm. Because no matter what, hands down, no woman should be getting hit in the face with a brick by a man.
Right.
And neither should a man be getting hit in the face but from a woman. No, but in this situation,
you should not be assaulting each other.
Assault should not happen. Period. Right. End of story. And she wasn't protected.
Now, how could someone protect her from that happening? Like, is there really a way to prevent that from actually happening?
Well, apparently now in this society, no, there isn't. It's easier for everyone to watch, to film, to not get involved because they want to protect their own safety. So protecting her or standing up for her or approaching the guy is apparently something that cannot happen in this country anymore. Nobody is going to do that. Nobody's going to stand in because they don't know what's going to happen. So it's just the conversation of how women feel. Women are talking about, I don't feel protected. I don't feel safe. I don't feel like I can walk down the street and not be harassed. And then if I say no to this guy, what is he going to do to me? Because I said no.
There's a couple of different issues here. Because to protect, right, is to the word protect is makes me feel like to prevent something from happening. Mm-hmm. Like I'm protecting you. Like I protect you when we're out. I'm protecting you. Mm-hmm. I'm aware of the surroundings. I want to make sure I have you in a safe space. Mm-hmm. that nothing's going to harm you. So this person, I don't know if anyone was in a position to protect her from that like in a way that will prevent that from happening. Because this is an interaction between her and clearly an unstable person who thought that hitting her in the face with a brick was the answer to whatever exchange that they had. So I'm not sure. I wasn't there, of course.
Right.
And I haven't seen the video, but how does one protect her from that happening? Now she's saying there was a bunch of niggas around and nobody do nothing.
Nobody said nothing.
Nobody said nothing. Nobody did nothing.
Yeah.
Now there's a whole other story, right? That's another thing. So here we are. Like I asked you the question the other day, like if we're out and we see something happen to someone, what would you want? What would you expect me to do? Because you understand that is putting myself in danger, putting you in danger, and putting our whatever we built in danger, right? So what does someone do in a situation like that? Is calling the police the thing? Because in our society, in our culture, people don't want to call the police either.
Right. But she was assaulted, and it's just it's just disgusting. It's disheartening. It's sad that we're not in a communal space, that we have gotten to this point, that we are not a community. It's easier for everybody to look the other way, be quiet, not get involved, all these things. I mean, we've heard stories of women saying they were being raped on trains and assaulted, and nobody did anything.
I think I don't necessarily agree with that. With we're not a community. I think it still happens. I think we see stuff on the internet, and then we can generalize and put that on our entire community, these isolated incidents that we see, and put that on the entire community. There's plenty of dudes, there's plenty of chicks calling their uncles, cousins, brothers, calling their mans to come handle a situation.
That's different. I'm talking about in the stranger type space, in the community space, in the street space is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about calling somebody after the fact. I'm talking about me walking down U Street and some man grabs me inappropriately, and there's a bunch of other dudes standing there and nobody checks him. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know if that is. I understand why people feel like that might not be happening anymore. Like anybody stepping in any type of scenario. I think I don't know if that's not happening at all. I don't know.
It's a lot of conversation about black women not being protected. The statement is protect black women for a reason.
I understand, but all of this is social media based. It's all on the internet. It's all on the internet. It's all because of stuff that we're seeing on the internet. Like I would have to ask someone.
But does it matter? It's still happening. It
does, because that's a very small piece. Joe is going to NAACP meetings. Is he's in the community? Are people really in the community saying these things like black women are under attack and not being protected by the people in the community?
We're not talking about suburbia. We're talking about inner cities. We're talking about places of a different demographic. I don't think this is going to make it to the NAACP type level. We're talking about basic street, neighborhood, train, bus, walking down the street, foot traffic, those type of situations where black women are not protected.
Who is protected in those scenarios? From our culture, are black men protected? Because I can go anywhere and get popped easily. Like I feel crazy threatened in certain spaces.
I understand that, but right now we are talking about the issue of this woman getting hit in the face with a brick, and the men standing by, and even saying when she said something, because she's on the street after she got hit, and she talks to all of those dudes, and they're like, so
they're acting like she wasn't even there.
They're like, so whatever,
right?
We don't care. Like, where do we get to that space of it was okay for her to get hit in the face?
So, all right. So it's so much, because what do we know about it?
We
can agree that she did not, no person deserves to get hit in the face with a brick.
Absolutely.
We agree with that, right?
Yes.
So what if it's true that she's a menace in her hood, and she's gotten herself to the point where no one wants to fuck with her?
But does it matter?
Yes. Bad people, you're gonna bring that shit on yourself. You're gonna put yourself in a position when you're down. If you're, and I'm not saying this about her because I don't know, but if you are a menace in your hood when it's your time to be down, motherfuckers will literally look at you being down and not worry about you. They're not gonna lend a hand. They're not gonna help you out, because of what you put them through, what you put the hood through, the neighborhood, the street, whatever it is. I've seen it happen.
It's unfortunate. Like I said, we're no longer a community. When it comes to stuff like that, we're not looking out for each other. We're not protecting. We're not taking care of each other when it comes to stuff like that. Because we've seen, as we've seen on social media, a black man getting pulled over, you will see people stand outside, pull their phones out, record it to make sure that he is not abused. You will see women walking up and asking a young man, "Are you okay?" Filming, doing all these things, getting a police officer's number, things like that. But if something is happening to a woman, it ain't the same. It ain't the same.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if I've even seen enough examples.
I think it's so easy to dismiss it, and that's the unfortunate part. It's the I don't know. It's the what did she do? It's the I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. I don't know her. I'm not gonna do this. It's just we are not a community. We're not taking care of each other.
What do those men do? So this man hit her in the face with a brick, right?
Yeah.
What do those guys? What do they do? What should they do?
If we were a community like we're supposed to be, you hold that brother accountable. You yank him up. You beat the shit out of him? Why did you do that? Yeah, like that's crazy.
Right, but
absolutely, it's so crazy that dudes was standing there and watched it. That is the lack of protection.
No, you watch it. You can't stop it from happening. He pick up a brick and bust her in the head. It's done. What happens after that is what I'm saying. What is the man? I'm not saying this. I'm not saying I'm taking one side or the other. I'm saying what are they supposed to do in that scenario?
Let's rewind it to the point of he felt so comfortable and knew nobody was gonna do nothing, and he hit her in the face. Let's stop it there.
Okay.
Because he knew the environment. He knew that nobody was gonna do nothing. That's where I say we're not a community.
Maybe he just didn't give a fuck. He hit her in the face with a brick. This is the person that's already. And he's already willing to do. I would never do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's already that person before they even started talking to each other. What I'm saying is that I'm not dismissing it. I'm saying it's a very touchy, sticky situation because homeboy over here who's gonna say, go grab him, wrestle him down, or try to beat him up, or whatever it is that hold him accountable, right? Let's say he wants to go ahead and handle him. He can die right there. He can be dead. It's dangerous out here in these streets. It's dangerous in these streets.
And it's even more dangerous for a woman.
In that scenario, if this man walked up and tried to handle that man and he ended up dead and she's over here in the hospital recording a video talking about she got hit in the face with a brick, then who was it more dangerous for?
It's like we do this dance.
It's not a dance.
Black people do this dance.
It's not a dance. People, it's danger. It's just danger.
It's danger.
It's just danger.
But it's so easy for black women to get abused or put in danger and nobody do anything and be cool about it.
Not on my watch. Not on my friends' watch. Not on my whole crew's watch. I'm saying that this is not. It's a lot of men out here that's handling business, that's protecting our women. It's happening. There's a lot. We are in an area with a ton of successful black people, right?
But we're not talking about those people. We're talking about the inner city areas where a lot of this stuff often happens, where black women are accosted or, assaulted in ways on streets and aren't protected.
So you talking about poverty? Are we talking about poverty-stricken areas?
Yeah.
This is poverty-stricken areas. Anybody can get killed. Women are popping. Women are robbing niggas. Niggas robbing kids. People don't care about old people. It's crazy in this environment.
But okay. I got you. I understand. But why do you think this statement of protect black women has been prevailed? It's prevalent everywhere. Why is that?
Because it's getting spread over the internet. White Lives Matter spread over the internet. All types of dumb shit spread over the internet. And I'm not saying it's not true. Black Lives Matter. It's spread like wildfire because of the internet.
Okay.
We're only hearing this because of the internet. We don't even go anywhere.
Protect black women. We've heard this before that. before the internet and before that. Didn't Malcolm X say it in the speech that
that's not what you're talking about. You're saying why are we hearing that? Why are we hearing that term
but we're
right
talking
now?
But right now, but we know where it also originated. Black women have constantly been in these spaces of being abused and not protected.
Because black women deserve to be protected. They need to be protected. I believe that. My friends believe that. The people I know and close to me believe that. Yeah. But there's a certain environment where when there's poverty involved and there things of that nature, when everybody's trying to scrape and scrap out of the bucket.
So why do we get the short end of the stick then?
Because y'all, what was that?
My work laptop.
Okay, that was a good breakup to this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? But black women are...
We shouldn't have to be the brunt of the situation. We're the ones that's birthing all these people. Like, why is it that we have to be the ones on the receiving end of the bullshit?
I don't know.
And that's where we are.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That the black woman is under attack in those environments. The black woman is under attack. The black man is under attack. The black man has to go deal with whatever, and he's coming home and bringing that bullshit back home. And the black woman is keeping the family together. This is the story that we've known in those environments, right? You know what I mean? And she's holding up everything on her shoulders, and who's there to protect her?
No one.
You know what I'm saying? So what's to be done? What is to be done?
I don't know.
Especially in these scenarios, it's tough, yo. It's tough. In an environment where everybody is out here, like, I don't know what those dudes are out there doing. I don't know. I don't know if this dude that hit her with the brick is a killer in the neighborhood. I don't know if they his friends or somebody that know him.
And nobody's gonna turn him in.
I don't know if they don't. I don't know if no one likes her. I don't know if she's might have been doing shit in the hood and they feel like she deserves whatever she deserves. Like in your old neighborhood, right? You told me when you would walk from one point to another, you would walk home. All the dudes in the hood would protect you.
Yep.
They would look out for you.
Yep.
Like, and these are the hustlers, right?
Yep.
The street dudes.
The dudes on the corner.
Right.
They would make sure I got from the train station back to my apartment.
Do you think that they would do the same thing for the trifling chick that everybody knows? You can't leave your wallet around this broad. You can take her home and have sex with her, but she gonna fuck with everybody else. You can't trust her. She's this, that, and the third. Do you think that they would? You think that they would lend the same type of look out for that person that they did for you?
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly, but the odds may not be in her favor as they would be for you, because they know that you special. They know you a smart girl. You go to Howard. You doing your thing. She's gonna be something, and boom. And so we gotta look out for her because she's gonna be something. But this bitch over here, fuck her. I'm not saying it's right.
It's not.
I'm not saying it's right, yo. But
right.
it is. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the hood, man, like it's a lot of shit that happens. It's a lot of things that happen, man.
It is. It's just unfortunate.
It's a lot of things that happen.
It's very unfortunate.
So I guess to wrap it up, right? This protect black women thing is touching. It's touching outside of the hood.
Okay, let me give you an example. Freaknik, 93. Women were getting assaulted sexually.
All those festivals.
Men were around. Well, there were the men who were doing the assaulting, and there were the men who were watching it, and the video cameras, and all that stuff. And everybody knew that it wasn't the safest place for you to be without a group of girls. Like, stay together. Don't go by yourself.
And that's just giving you a little bit of a better chance.
Yes, and that's giving you somewhat
right
of a chance of not being sexually assaulted in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have to be like that for us. You see what I'm saying? Those were oftentimes college kids who were on spring breaks, who were behaving in a way.
It shouldn't have to be like what?
That we got to be that scared for us to not be assaulted.
That's a scary ass environment, baby. Right?
But that's another example of us not being protected. You see what I'm saying? That we are all up here talking to each other like, watch out. don't be by yourself. These guys out here, they're acting crazy. They're doing stuff. They're grabbing, they're snatching clothes off, and they're recording it like it's okay.
Mm-hmm. We live in a misogynist and society. Like, this is not just black.
So do you see what I'm talking about though? It recycles itself.
Women need to be protected in our society. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Women need to be protected in our society because men are physically stronger, right? And there are some sick men out here who will assault a woman who is not as strong as them, right? They might try to assault the woman and be on the wrong side of that. Who knows? But when you want to talk about odds, the odds are you go out here, some sick, strong ass motherfucker find some woman to try to assault. Right, that woman needs to be protected. I agree with that 1,000%.
You didn't say anything about Freaknik yet.
Freaknik is an environment that it's a wild environment. Those wild ass things are happening. So yeah, those women need to be protected. But what are you gonna do? What is a man going to do in that situation? What are you gonna do if you see somebody about to get assaulted? You should do something about it.
Yeah.
But you got mobs of men grabbing women. You have mobs of women allowing it to happen, throwing it, dancing, stripping, all types of shit going on. So you looking at this scenario, if I'm there, me, Eddie, right? I'm looking at this. How do I discern one from the other? How do you discern in that scenario?
I mean, if a woman says no, if a woman says stop, if she turns around because you grabbed her, and the other guys are standing around just watching and filming and stuff.
Right.
That was happening.
That's a fucked up scenario.
Yeah.
So you got one guy who actually did this, and you got 3 other guys. That's 4 sick motherfuckers. Like, I didn't go to Freaknik, but I was at Greek Fest in Philly. It's the same thing.
Yes.
It's not exactly the same thing, but it's the same type of thing.
Daytona,
you know what I mean?
Daytona Beach.
All this shit.
All of them.
All of the shit.
That's the reason why Virginia Beach got shut down. Remember, Virginia Beach used to be the spot.
Bike week, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
they shut that down because it was too much going on.
Well, guess what? There's a whole thing with that too, because the white folks have bike week as well, and they get wild.
Yeah.
But they actually don't get shut down. Ours get shut down. So I think it got shut down. It's more of a black thing than anything else.
So it's a racial thing, a racially motivated.
For the shutdown, for sure, because their festivals don't get shut down.
Right.
But that's beside the point.
But we just know that there were young women and young men in environments where women were getting assaulted.
Absolutely.
They were recording it like it was good. They was high-fiving each other and all that shit like it was A-okay, and nobody did anything. A couple of times I seen stuff where people,
I was about to say it had to be some scenario where niggas was doing shit. There were some
stand-up dudes who was like, yo, back up, leave them
we know
alone.
for sure the accusers out there regulating. They were. But guess what? They were out there doing shit too. Mm-hmm. But they was out there regulating. The niggas, I seen it as Greek Fest at least. Okay. You know what I'm saying? They was out there regulating. Like, these big niggas, they was out there, you know what I'm saying, regulating. But at the same time, they might, you know what I'm saying, participate in some shit too. Or it might not be the same exact guy, but
it goes back to, we are not a communal environment, and we are not protecting each other, period.
Yeah, man.
We're not.
In those inner city situations, you mean?
We're not.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree with that shit at all. Just because of the way I live my life.
I know, but you're like the other 10%. The other 90 ain't all like that.
There's no way I can put that on black men.
Okay, I'm not putting that on all black men. I'm not doing that.
No, I'm talking about 90% bad. I'm not putting that on black men. Okay. There's no way.
All right.
There's no way I can do that. We see shit happening, and it's disgusting. But we see a lot of black. It's just like when they say black men. But you just
said that they're not gonna say anything because they don't know what the outcome is gonna be.
If I'm out somewhere and I see something happen to a woman, if I can help, I am going to help. If it's a situation where I feel like if I interject into this situation, that I could easily get killed or something of that, in that regard, I am going to protect myself. If I'm with you, I'm going to protect you first, right? If we need to call the police or some shit like that, then we'll try to get this woman some help. whatever the case may be. I'm not putting myself in a situation where I'm going to get killed or get assaulted or be a part of some shit I don't need to be a part of. I'm not going to leave somebody there unprotected, unhelped, and so on and so forth, whatnot. But I have to gauge a situation and think about my well-being and before that, your well-being. There's no way.
I understand that. But I will say, from what I have seen, just unfortunately, social media, yes, unfortunately, it is there. And I don't know how this trickles down to, say, the young people and all of that, but it just, is black women aren't protected. A lot of women feel like the men hate black women. It's just a very unhealthy situation.
It is, and they don't. The social media and the internet thrives off of negativity, entertainment. Period. Right. So there's
the algorithm pumps it out.
It's gonna pump it out, and even further than the algorithm. If someone's out here recording something and it ends in a positive way, right? Here's a woman, somebody was about to try to do something, somebody came and said, hey man, don't, and somebody just ended up being recording that, they probably won't even post that shit because it's not going to get any it's not going to get any attention.
I got you.
So there's a chunk, I'm not going to say big, there's a chunk being left out of the entire equation that's not being seen, possibly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we have to say that.
I believe there is some good in the mix.
Has to be some good
in the mix of the bad. And unfortunately, we do get pumped a lot of the bad. Just like the toxic shit with like some of these female rappers that are saying all of this garbage and trash that the internet continues to pump out for us to listen to all the time. So
it's so bad that today I listened to some of Cardi and Meg's new, and I was like, this song is actually a little refreshing.
Yeah.
How about that?
Listen.
But that's a topic for another episode.
That's another topic that I think that.
Just listen. I love you, and I will protect you to the end of my days, and that is my reality. And you know how I get down. It is. I'm protecting my village. I'm looking out for my village, right? Yes. And if anything outside of that, I will have to take a hard look at it real quick and decide what I need to do or will do in that scenario. Okay. And if you're with me, oh my God, like there's no way I'm putting you in harm's way.
I got you.
Period.
I understand.
So
I just think that there has to be some conversations. Maybe some mentorship, maybe some guidance given to men about how they're treating and interacting with women.
Yeah, I agree. It should happen. This is good. It's good. It would be good for anybody, even if you feel like you're already doing like me. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be good to hear, and this is a good conversation.
Yeah,
Good conversation.
It's a good conversation.